Welcome to the Business Outlook Survey press conference call. My name is Kathy Dibling, Public Affairs Specialist with the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia, and with me today is Mike Treving, Senior Economic Analyst, also with the bank. Today we will take questions about June's Business Outlook Survey, but first Mike will give a brief summary. Mike?
Thanks, Kathy. Our regional manufacturing survey for June suggests that conditions are weaker this month. The broadest indicators for general activity, new orders, and shipments were all negative and fell notably from the readings in May. Employment levels were near steady, but firms reported shorter work hours this month. Our price indexes suggest a continuation of moderating price pressures for inputs, and for the second consecutive month, more firms reported price declines for their own manufactured goods than reported increases. Despite the weaker conditions, however, future indicators reflecting the firm's outlook for the next 6 months improved, suggesting that most of the firms consider the recent weakness to be temporary.
Okay. Questions? Kathleen Madigan, Dow Jones.
Excuse my language, but you've coupled with the New York Fed survey. Are we going to hell in a handbasket? And why? Do you have any indication of what just seemed to have changed conditions so drastically in the second quarter?
Yeah, I mean, this is our second negative reading on our overall activity index. You know, just keep in mind that it's a diffusion index. It's just measuring the direction of change, if you will. And we also, you know, we've seen some weaker national numbers too, with the industrial production index for manufacturing showing declines in 2 of the last 3 months. So some slowing, and I think we're picking up on some of that. But you know, when you look at those output levels over a year, May compared to May of last year, for example, we're still running at 5% over levels achieved last year. So you know, we are seeing some slowing, and this month we saw it in orders and shipments and the average work week. So and the comments were consistent with many firms indicating a slowing in demand.
Questions? Ellen Froelich, Reuters.
Nothing right now. Sorry.
Okay. Any follow-up? Kathleen Madigan.
In regard to the special question, the shift seems to be that people are just, their capital spending plans are unchanged. Do you have any indication if that's because they spent the money in 2011, helped by the tax credit, or are they just putting all their planned projects on hold?
We didn't ask too many questions about the source of the strength in this month's survey. I mean, on balance, we're still seeing more firms expecting capital spending to increase than decrease. The numbers are similar to what we saw in just November when we asked the question like this before.
Okay.
There were fewer firms reporting that they expected decreases in capital spending, and the share of firms that said that there would be unchanged capital spending went up sizably from 25 to 42%. But on balance, not too much different from what we saw just 6 months ago.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Ellen Froelich, Reuters.
Mike, okay, I was busy taking notes, not really thinking of a fresh question. I guess a couple of days ago I went to an investment conference, and one of the strategists was claiming that there were lots of reasons for, let's say, slow hiring and other indicators. Slowing indicators with quote-unquote uncertainty. People don't know what's happening with healthcare. People don't know what's happening with this, that, not with that. And this particular person claimed that it was not a demand problem. But here you're talking about many firms reporting a slowdown in demand. Could you just sort of elaborate on the demand aspect?
Yeah, I mean the demand indicator, I guess, is the new orders number, which dropped from a negative number last month, barely negative, to minus 18.8 this month. So most of that came from more firms reporting decreases this month for just one month. We're still running with about 20% or a fifth of the firms reporting increases in orders. So it's the shifting of the firms between
Wait, about
increases.
how many are reporting increases?
Still 20% of the firms, which
Okay, that's not very much.
yeah. But it compared to 35% last month, so that did drop a little bit, and the share reporting decreases this month rose from 35 to 40%. So again, it's the diffusion index that balances those two readings. And we did have some firms report in comments of declining new orders. The source of the decline was not indicated, in all cases, but we did inquire about whether foreign elements factored into this play, and indeed some of the firms. I think in our panel, about 12% of the sales of our firms are accounted for in exports, and some of the firms that are exporting goods related to commodities, for example, energy, transportation, and mineral extraction, they've been impacted by some of the slowing or the lower prices in the energy markets. But it's hard to say from a survey like this, what component of this is foreign demand.
Follow-up questions? Kathleen Madigan?
No, nothing for me, thanks.
Ellen, one more?
I guess not. Do you have any special questions that you're planning for in future reports?
I can't think of the one we're asking next month, but if you have any suggestions.
No, maybe it would be good to ask about, if they're experiencing order declines, how much of this is domestic orders and how much is, let's say, from China or Europe.
Sure, we have some foreign export-import questions that we have used in the past. I'm not sure what's scheduled for next month, though.
Okay, well, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
You've just been watching June's Business Outlook Survey press conference call. My name is Kathy Dibling, Public Affairs Specialist, and with me today was Mike Trebbing, Senior Economic Analyst. July's survey will be out on Thursday, July 19th at 10 a.m.